Thank you for joining me today. We're going to have some napkin projects to do. I have some pharmacy bags that I have collected. I pulled out some guest checks to make a tag for the pharmacy bags, and I thought it would be a fun and easy way to use our napkins to add a decorative element to these pockets for the page. So here I am just choosing one. It is more of a vertical design, so I thought that would work well for the page, and I am just cutting it out here to get one of the panels. So here I'm just positioning to see, kind of where I think I would like to put it on the little bag, and I'm using some Scotch tape there just to peel off the 2 layers of the napkin. So I just have the printed part of the napkin. It makes it thinner and kind of blends back into your paper a little bit better. So I'm pulling out my water pen just to make it easier to decide what part of the images I want. I'm shortening it. I kind of go around, get rid of some of the white space there. A water pen is a great thing to have when you're using napkins for decorative purposes on paper. So I'm just positioning where I would like it on the bag, and kind of fraying that one side there so it kind of matches the rest of the napkin, just so it wasn't such a clean edge. I just use glue stick and glue it down. I'm not gonna make this like a heavy duty canvas piece or something, so like it's just going in a journal, so I feel the glue stick for me personally works just to get the napkin onto the little bag there and hold it in place, and kind of blends into the bag, so it worked out pretty well. I'm trying to figure out here how to cover this little flap of the bag, or the bottom of the bag, I guess is what it is, and I decided I wanted to put another piece of napkin on it. In hindsight, I don't know if I love it, but I was just trying to use up some of my napkins. So this napkin is pretty, it's very springy, it's a little bright for me, but I still thought I could find a spot for it in one of my journals, and it's just going into my pre-made ephemera box, so it will be there for when I need it. Again, I'm just using glue stick to the bottom of the bag here. That will eventually be a little tuck spot pocket, and gluing down the napkin, cutting off the edges. I didn't use the water pen here. I just wanted to, I was speeding along here, and I just grabbed my scissors, which are pretty goopy, as you can see. So here I'm gonna go and, I finished trimming, sorry. And I get my art glitter glue here to glue down the little flap, as you can see, just to make a small little narrow tuck spot, and then I realized I didn't ink it. So I prefer to ink before I glue. So I'm just grabbing my vintage photo and going across the top of that little pocket there before I glue it down. And then I just proceed to kind of grunge up the little bag a little bit to knock back some of that white with my vintage photo. I just thought it was pretty. They have some really beautiful napkins out there now. So these 2 pieces of a guest check, as you can see, I was flapping them. They're super cheap, super thin, not the best quality. I don't know where I got them, maybe the dollar store, I'm not 100% sure. So I decided to take 2 of them and put a piece of cardstock in between them to create a tag to go into our little prescription bag that we covered with our napkin. So I'm fighting it here to make sure it sounds smooth. So then I just cut it out, and then I'm gonna flip the guest check over, the one I have not glued down, and I'm gonna just glue it to the back. And I like the lines on these guest checks. Kind of just makes for a fun little journaling spot, something different. So I get these down. And I'm using my little scrapey tool there, so that helps. So now I'm gonna just round the corners a little bit, just to try to make it a little easier to get in and out of the prescription bag. So I'm debating here, what shall I do? And so I'm pulling out my washi. I did want to use some washi tape too, because it's something I don't normally use, and these ones are on a little bit on the brighter side. So I thought, well, I'll pull them out. They go well with this napkin. I just wanted to add a little decorative element to the guest check. I do personally add a little bit of glue stick to the back. Oh, sorry for that beeping, my washing machine. I do add a little bit of glue stick to the the back of my washi tape. It just, to me, holds it down a little bit better because it is a repositionable tape. So sometimes it will lift if you don't add a little extra glue to the back. So I'm just layering these two washies up here just to create a little bit of a border. And I decided to do the same thing on the back because I can see that guest check kind of showing through. The paper is so thin from the other side that I glued down. So I'm just gonna put some washi down here, and it kind of fixes the problem for me. Then I have this piece of napkin left, and this is kind of something cool you can do if you have a water pen for your napkin. So you'll see I kind of just take off the extra white space, but then I go forward and I just separate all the floral images, and I also separate the dragonfly, and then you can reposition them however you would like to, or use only part of the napkin on your project. So I'm just straightening out the bottom here so it lines up over that washi, and then I decide I'm going to separate all these flower images and just glue them down separately because they were a little bit too wide, but I wanted to use up the complete napkin piece with all the images. So I just separate it with my water pen. Such a easy way to use them all up. It's basically collaging with napkin, I would say, but the cool thing is with the water pen, it separates the napkin so easily. And then I just decide I will put the little dragonfly at the top of the guest check. Here I'm just wiping away some of the excess glue because I'm kind of just guesstimating when I put it down. And there we go. I got this little guest check complete. I just have to ink it up. So it's ready to go in the little bag that we created. I'm using Vintage Photo here to ink up my guest check. And there we go. We're complete. I'm trying to show you that there's a little tuck spot there, but then I grab some little craft tags and just stick them in there to show you. It's a very shallow tuck spot, but it's still kind of a cute little place to put some mementos. So when I put it in, I realized my bag is tall and my guest check is not quite as tall, so I put a little divot in the bag there so you can see it's a pocket. And then I think I decide to go in and add a whale tail to the top so it's easier to pull out the tag. And then this little project is done. So here I'm trying to show you, you can glue it on the page as a pocket as well, and then use it as a side pocket. There's one I created off camera, and that guest check does stick out further from the bag. I wasn't doing any measuring, I was just chopping and playing. So I had fun with the napkins. I kept going off camera. So here's the one I created with everybody. I wanted to show how to use the water pen to use various images from the napkin. You could separate it. So I like how that one turned out. And the little tuck spots there. Then I created this one off camera, and the bag is a little bit shorter. It's even on a little bit of a wonky angle, but that's okay. I don't mind that. It is going into a junk journal. So there is the guest check tag that I created in the same way, just using different decorative elements on it. I do believe that's a Roxy Creation label, and that napkin I do believe I got from Ninny's Napkins. Then I created I had a file folder base in my stash, and I had a little piece of this napkin, so I decided to use it on this to create a pocket. And then I had these clear windowed envelopes. They're like what you would put on a packaging to ship a label in. I just covered the writing with some washi and decorative paper, and that is a napkin on an index card that I then wanted to put into the pocket, and it will show through. So here's the other one I created, just with a different orientation for a different side of the page. The other half of the napkin, and I'm just showing how that one can go in, and you can orientate it how you would like, so the image will show. And I created a little washi tape tag with the index card just to stick in this one. I put a little pocket on the front instead of just a piece of paper. And then I created another bag using another napkin from Ninny's Napkins. You can see there how it is a pharmacy bag, and I used a thicker guest check, and I was more simple with this design, but I liked it just as well. So I had a lot of fun playing with my napkins. I hope you were inspired too. Oh, I do have one more coming up here, I forgot. I created using the bottom of a larger bag, I created one of those little pockets that pop open, and you can lay flat things in it on your page. So I have like a plain journaling card in it. I did put a napkin in the bottom of the page to be decorative. And then I kind of show you here how you can put it. You put it on a side of a page with the tab hanging over, and then you can glue it down like a pocket, and then you can also pop it open to hide little flat things in it, and you can paper clip it to the side of the page so it stays closed. So that was the fun I had with playing with napkins over the weekend. I just getting the video up now. I did 3 pharmacy bags, I did a file folder pocket, I did the bottom of the bag to create one of those pull-up pockets, and 2 window pockets with index card napkins. Thanks so much for watching today, and have a great one. I do have some pictures posted at the end. Bye now.